All right, man, we're getting close. Okay, now we're going to start arranging this thing. Make sure that you have the BD Live Intro 7 arrange session open. Should look like this. We're getting really close. We're going to start arranging this now into a track. Let's first go and get the audio track here that we've never done anything with. Let's delete that sucker. And let's go down, like if we hit play right now, because this is soloed, it'll play. But if I unsolo it, hit play. So it's going to play everything. I don't know if I've mentioned this. This stop clips over here, this, if I click it, will turn everything off. And that's a good button to know. So let's talk about taking these pieces now into the arrangement view. Early on, we talked about the two views of live. We have our arrangement view and we have session view. We've been working in session view. So if I hit the tab key, it will toggle between the two views. That tab key is key and important. Remember that shortcut key. So if I hit tab, we're going to go to our arrangement view. You'll see that I have this drum tracks and I have all the other tracks down here. Let's toggle this so that's just nice and clean. And you'll notice that we've got all our tracks and it looks linear. It looks typical, like a typical DAW would. Let's also double click this. It'll take us back to the very beginning. Now if we hit play here, nothing's going to play. But if I turn some of these on, and I hit, you'll be, how is that playing? Well, let's talk about that in a sec. The answer is this button right up here, but we'll talk about that in a second. So let's hit tab and let's start pulling some of these pieces over. There's a bunch of ways to do it. This is one way. I'm going to hit kick and I'm going to click and hold, and I'm holding the button now, and you'll notice on the mouse that it turns into that little file. I'm going to hit the tab key, and now the track that it belongs to lights up or goes white. And I'm going to drop this now at the very beginning, and you'll see I've got, if I zoom in here, it dropped that 1 bar MIDI clip into here. Okay, and I'm going to start this off. I'm going to drag this out to 8 bars. So we've got 8 full bars of this playing. So if I click play, it should just play the kick, correct? Let's see what happens. Well, two things. You notice that it grayed out and it played a whole bunch of other tracks. It played these tracks that were triggered. So how do you get it to play just the track that's in the arrangement view? Well, it's this button here. If I click it, now it's telling live to say only play from the arrangement view. So if I double click the stop button again, now hit play, it's just going to play what's in my arrangement view. So let's start adding some other pieces. I want this guitar clip. I'm going to click and drag and notice that it turned white where it belongs. I'm going to drop it in there. I'm going to drag this out for 8 bars as well. And that's what we're going to keep doing. I'm going to just zoom out so we can see this. And I'm going to grab the kick and clap, hit tab. I'm going to drop that there. I'm going to drag that out for 8 bars. Typical songs usually work in increments of 8, 16, and 32 bars. Just so you know. Okay, and I'm going to add this bass 2 clip. I'm going to hit tab. I'm going to drop that in here, and I'm going to drag that out. So now if I hit play, you see what I did? I dropped this bass 2 on the guitar track. That's no good. I'm going to go up to my bass track, and I'm going to drag this guitar part out. And this little speaker icon is going to tell us where to play from. If I click it, it'll play right from where I clicked. All right, so I'm going to start arranging this track. I'll probably just put this part in fast motion, but you'll see I'm going to drag these pieces out, and I'm going to make a small little arrangement here for us. I'm going to hit option and then toggle any of these buttons. It will move all of the tracks down and open them up so I can see part of the MIDI. And I'm going to do a quick copy and paste of a section. I'm going to grab all these 8 bars. I'm going to grab, make sure we grab all of those. And now I'm going to click Command D. I'm going to do that 2 times. Now I'm going to hit Option, and I'm going to retoggle those back up. And I'm going to have this section be our breakdown section. So I am going to take out some of these pieces here. And I'm going to click in here. And I'm going to click in this section, hit delete. I'm going to delete the guitar. I'm going to delete the ARP. And I just want bass 2. And I want just the kick in this breakdown section. Alright, so this is my breakdown section, and this is where I want to work and show you some automation that we can do to give it a little bit more life. Now I want to create a different section right here for my vocal track. I'm going to tab back, and I'm actually going to steal the MIDI info from Vox 1, and I'm going to click and drag. I'm holding Option and click and drag and drop it into Vox 2. So it's just giving me another another MIDI clip. If I hit play, so this one, remember, was a little bit different. This one starts right on beat 1. Let's rename that. Let's call this breakdown. Let's just call it break. Now this clip I want to be able to use in my arrangement view. So I click, hold, hit tab, and I'm going to drop that into my Vox 1. And I'm going to drag that one out. So now if I click play, oh, make sure we hit this back to arrangement button. Let's unsolo. So that's what I'm looking for. Now let's automate something. If you remember on this track, if we hit Shift Tab, you remember that I placed an auto filter on this track. So let's automate this frequency cutoff or this filter cutoff in our arrangement view. And the way that we do that, similar to clip envelopes, but we go to our track, and I'm going to select the auto filter, and I'm going to select the frequency. So now let's zoom in. If I make a couple nodes and I bring this up, we should hear a slowly opening of the filter. So you can hear it slowly opening up, and just to create a little bit of tension, I'm going to get rid of that one. So let's hear it come on. And let's add back in this other vocal section. I'm going to make a cut right here. And I want this to come in maybe halfway through. Let's see. And let's automate the volume on that one. So I'm going to Vox 1, track volume, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And let's make a node there. I don't want to affect this section. And another node there, and another node there. Now this volume will slowly turn on. So let's make this a little bit more of a drop. Let's delete some of these items here. Let's click here, hit Command E again, and I'm going to delete that section, and I want to delete the bass and the drums as well. I'll click there, Command E, click here, Command E, just to get a little bit of a break. Let's see. All right, that's just a simple way to get a little bit of a break or a drop to hit a little bit harder. So this whole section here, it's quite powerful in terms of editing the MIDI notes. You can still do a lot of editing in this mode here. All right, let's see if we can get a little bit of a kind of a snare roll type feel into this break, and I'll show you how to do that. If you toggle down the drums, you'll see the MIDI information, and I know right here is where my clap hits. So that's the section I want to edit. I'm going to click here, Command E, click there, Command E, and I am going to click copy. And I'm going to scroll out a bit, and I know it's just during this section here I want it to roll up. Bar 49 is where it's going to drop. So I'm going to click here and go paste, and then I'm going to go into here and edit it, because I know if I double click it, I know that there's some kick drums in here, and I don't want that. So I'm going to click the kick drum, so there's just a clap. And then I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go Command D, and I'm going to duplicate that all the way to bar 49. And then if I press play, you'll hear what it sounds like. So obviously we don't want that. I'm going to automate this track volume to be able to slowly bring it in. Let's see what that sounds like. And that sounds not that great either. I'm going to... I don't know if I would ever use that, but that's just an example of how you can edit and chop up the MIDI clips in the arrangement view. So let's zoom back out. Let's toggle these all back. So what did we look at? We looked at arranging. We learned how to drag and drop MIDI clips into the arrangement view. We learned how to automate some parameters. We learned how to automate the auto filter and the volume. There's so many things you can automate right in the session view. It's quite powerful. We learned how to cut. Command E will cut your clip. You can go in and edit that. Command D duplicates it. It's very, very powerful. So the next tutorial we're going to end with is our mixing tutorial. We're going to just talk a little bit about making this sound a little bit better and then exporting this for use for an MP3 or a WAV file or for the web.